You may not expect a town in the United States of America to be on this list, but when it comes to isolated, remote towns, the small Indian village of Supai, Arizona is absolutely deserving. Located in the middle of the Grand Canyon, there are no roads coming in or out of Supai that connect it to the rest of the country or the world for that matter. The only access is by helicopter or by an 8-mile treacherous hike. In Supai, they still use mules to deliver their mail. This makes them the only US mail mule train left in America. Being so isolated, the nearest food or gas stations are over 60 miles away, although gas stations won't be needed as there are no cars in this community. So getting to either the cafe or the one convenience store is all done by foot or by mule. Located in the southern Atlantic Ocean lies this small island. Nearly 2,000 miles away from nearest land, this is Tristan da Cunha, the most remote inhabited land in the world. Although this may sound like a paradise to some, the beautiful beaches aren't really all that safe. There are also no hotels or restaurants to enjoy. Oh, and there might just be a volcano located right in the center of the island. But even then, if you want to get away from it all, this might just be the place. While it does take a bit of a voyage to get there, as the island has no airport. Due to this, the only access is by taking a 6 to 7 day trip from South Africa by boat. Interestingly, nearly all residents living on this island stemmed from the same 8 original family members. In other words, there are about 270 people, but only 8 last names. All the people of Tristan da Cunha make a living by farming. Supplies are available, but groceries must be pre-ordered months ahead of time. In the crystal clear waters just offshore of Malaysia lives a group called the Baju. After being banned out of Malaysia due to their refugee status, they were forced to never step foot on their land again. These refugees did what they had to in order to survive. They set up camp and began to rebuild. However, it is their location of choice that is incredible. Not on land, but offshore, out on the water. Their homes are built on wooden stilts sitting over the rushing waves of the ocean. After many years, the people of this group have adapted extremely well. Many claim they can actually see better swimming underwater than out of water. In fact, these people experience land sickness, like many of us do seasickness. Fishermen from these communities have been known to be able to dive up to 20 meters underwater to hunt for fish. These communities trade with nearby villages by selling and trading fish. High in the far east Siberian mountains of Russia lies the coldest inhabited place on Earth, Oymyakon. People are forced to fight for their survival every coming winter. Residents aren't able to stay outside for more than 20 minutes at a time before their flesh begins to freeze. With temperatures this low, it's been said that birds have frozen to death in mid-flight. With every coming winter, so come new record low temperatures, the coldest coming back in 1938 when the air hit an incredibly cold -96 degrees Fahrenheit. At temperatures this low, it becomes impossible for the weekly planes to fly in supplies. When this happens, it leaves Oymyakon completely cut off from the rest of the world, and more importantly, leaves them without essential supplies. The residents make sure not to wear glasses outdoors, as they could freeze to their skin. Because human skin is known to freeze at -57 degrees, the one school in Oymyakon will only close its doors when temperatures hit lows of -52. It is widely speculated that before 1970, the Kurawai people living in a remote area deep within the Indonesian island of New Guinea were unaware of the existence of other humans. This group of people takes this list to a whole nother level, quite literally. They live in tree houses. Now, not to be confused with your average Joe backyard tree house that your dad might have built you. Now, these houses are built up to 140 feet into the air. Beautifully soaring over the thick lush trees of jungle, they showcase an incredible example of the architecture and engineering humans are capable of. These homes were originally built the way they are for the protection against evil spirits, but also to get away from many bugs that lie closer to ground. Quite incredibly, they actually hold fires within these homes. That's right, fire, within homes with walls built of wood, sheltered by wood, and held up by, you guessed it, wood. Welcome to Catatumbo, Venezuela, wherein lies a community of around 100 families living in small homes built on wooden stilts just inches above the water of Lake Maracaibo. Although it looks to be just another village, there's something quite different here. Every other night, just before fishermen find their way back after a hard day's work out on the water, all hell breaks loose. Electricity pours down from the sky so hot it can be up to 3 times hotter than the surface of the sun. It's lightning. Yes, lightning, but a lot of it. What is known as the Beacon of Maracaibo, or more dramatically, the Everlasting Storm, they experience near continuous lightning for up to 10 hours a day, with up to 28 lightning strikes per minute. This comes out to about 1,680 lightning flashes per hour. This incredible phenomenon occurs every other day. Many scientists have long wondered what it is that causes these storms. While some believe it to be from discharged methane into the atmosphere, most have agreed that it is the result of winds from nearby Andean mountains causing low pressure to build up an electrical charge. Unless you want to end up looking like this guy, maybe don't plan a trip just yet. While not looking like anything too out of the norm from above, that is, it is underground that this next town really comes to life. This is Coober Pedy, located in southern Australia, where over 80% of its people live underground. Now, what's interesting about this town is that it has what most of us would expect out of a small civilization. The only difference? It's all underground. Soldiers settled here after World War I and soon after began mining for a precious gem by the name of opal. Scorched by the extremely hot and powerful Australian sun, residents quickly began turning old mine dugouts into permanent underground homes. Today, Coober Pedy has 2 underground churches, a bookstore, and even a bar. Locals are able to stay cool even when temperatures regularly reach over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. If you're up for it, you are actually able to travel to Coober Pedy to experience the underground Desert Cave Hotel with a reasonable rate of $150 a night. Known as the highest inhabited town in the world, this is La Rinconada. It sits 5,100 meters or 16,700 feet above sea level at the bottom of La Bella Durmiente, otherwise known as the Sleeping Beauty Glacier. With an actually quite surprisingly large population of about 30,000, La Rinconada is by far the largest on this list. The high population is largely due to the work people are able to get here, working in the gold mines. Here, these workers not only endure the rough life of a miner, but they also don't get paid. Well, regularly that is. They work 30 days straight for no pay at all, and on the 31st day, they are allowed to take as much ore as they can carry on their back. Whether or not the ore they take still contains any gold at all comes down to pure luck. This, as a result, leaves most civilians far under the poverty line. On top of that, this city has no plumbing or sanitation system. No sewage system means high risk of contamination. There is no denying the harsh lives that those who live here endure. Motua County is one of the most mysterious regions in Tibet. While mysterious, it is an extremely beautiful and vast mountainous covered land. Until only recently, this region was almost completely impossible to reach, as the one and only path was through an extreme hike through multiple mountains and a 200-meter long suspension bridge. Even at that, the extreme weather conditions often made this hike impossible. This kind of isolation has left Motua almost completely untouched by our modern world. However, for those wanting to make a trip out, the government of China has made efforts in making Matua less remote by building a highway that for now can only be open 8 months a year. It is officially the last county in China to gain road access to the outside world. Zhongdong, translating to Middle Cave, is a village in Maiyun County, China. The Mayo ethnic minority group is a small community of people who enjoy living far away from any towns or cities inside a large cave. This cave measures about 230 meters long, 150 meters wide, and 50 meters high. That's equivalent to that of about 1.5 soccer fields. Although having been offered homes from the Chinese government years ago, who even built concrete housing at the foot of the mountain, this group has continuously refused help and still live in the cave today. In 2005, this group did have about 100 people, but has since dwindled down to only about 18, after many have left to live in villages and cities. They do have a water reservoir built by collecting dripping water from the ceiling, which they also use for water crops. Being as a cave provides shelter, they live in roofless houses and even have a school. This might just be the only cave school in the world. And if all that isn't enough to attract you, they even have a basketball court.